Hello, hear that sound? Those are these beads I have in my hand. I want to ask you, what color of beads would you pick? And you're like, for what? Well, I'll get to that. I'm wearing my shirt today that says, I understand. It's got a little heart on the eye. And underneath it says, love heals. And today I'm thinking a lot about what I did over the weekend. I went on my very first, well, I didn't go on the walk, but I went to an event by the American Federation for Suicide Prevention Out of Darkness walk. And I was invited by a friend, and I have had family members who have gone on these. I had never thought of going to one before myself until I was invited by a friend, and going really impacted my heart a lot. A lot took place on Saturday. Being in that area with so many people who were suffering in such a profound way. I have been touched by suicide in multiple ways, but I have not delved into supporting it a lot because it can become very painful. And there are many things to be aware of in the world, and I am a little bit careful of trying not to overwhelm myself by trying to champion every cause, because I can't champion every cause. But this one that I went to Saturday just really impacted my heart, and I want to speak to that, and I want to encourage people, and I want to be a part of the support system for that. And they have beads that they offer. You can just pick them up, and they come in all different colors. And what they stand for are how suicide has impacted your life. And I mentioned my shirt I have on my I Understand. I got this a number of years ago from an organization called I Understand, because they lost a family member, and they were starting this organization, I Understand, to create awareness. And we seem to think that being aware of things doesn't really do anything. And sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes it can make a profound difference when that awareness impacts our heart and we do something with it. We can do something small, or we can do something large. Like, they started an organization. Some people went to walk on Saturday. Some people made big posters, and some people had t-shirts on with the dates and names of their family members. One group at the walk on Saturday, the date on the back of the t-shirt of when it happened was October 2nd. The walk was on the 17th. That's a fresh wound. But these people who gathered in this place, there was a community of support there. And so I want to reach out for a few things here. I want to say, if you struggle with suicidal ideation, which is thinking about it all the time, or some of the time, reach out for help. There are people who will surround you, who will love you, who will understand, who will listen. I met a woman there named Eileen, and she had a t-shirt on that said, "Stigma stinks." And that's one of the reasons that people don't speak up about suicide, talk about it, or look for help, because of that stigma. I deal with that in the area of trauma. A lot of people will not deal with their trauma because they have stigmatized that word, trauma. But at this event, it got rid of that trauma as people gathered together in love for one another, and encouragement for each other, and hugging one another, and speaking to each other, and hearing their story, and saying, what's the name of your loved one? What's the name of your friend? Say their name. Say it loud and proud. You are with friends today. And these beads, they come in all different colors. They come in white, red, gold, orange, purple, silver, green, blue, and teal. And it was the first time I really owned how much suicide has had an impact on my life. I have 4 strings of beads, not just one. The blue one is just if you support people, you support the prevention of suicide, anyone can have a blue one. The teal one that I have is for if you have a family member or a friend who has struggled with suicide or suicidal ideation, or they have in the past. Purple is if you've lost a friend or a relative to suicide. Actually, when I was reading over the colors again before I wanted to do this, the sharing with you, I realized that instead of purple, I ought to have picked orange, because the orange one is for if you lost a sibling. And this green one was the hardest one for me to pick up, because it was me owning the truth in front of people. Even though it's in my book, Emerging with Wings, I wrote about it. It's in public. People have read it. I mean, it's in print. It's around the world. Why is the big secret? That's stigma. The green one is if you have struggled yourself or attempted yourself. And I have struggled in the past. I don't struggle anymore, but I did struggle very seriously. And it was hard to own that. But then after I owned this color and I walked around and I saw other people having on this green one, that they struggle, those were the people that I sought out to walk up to talk to, and to encourage if I could. But it's a sensitive thing, and I just wanted to be sensitive to people because I wanted them to know I loved them. I brought books to give away to whoever that would be appropriate to, because people are grieving, and I consider grieving a sacred space. So I was very careful about who I approached, and very gracious and gentle about that, because people lost people. The other colors are white if you lost a child, red if you lost a spouse or a partner, gold if you lost a parent, silver if you lost a first responder or someone in the military. So those are the colors. I have 4 of them. And I want to encourage you, if you struggle, if you have a green one, that you would ask for help, that you would surround yourself with friends. You would get a counselor. I am not a counselor. I'm not a licensed counselor. I am a coach. And so if you think about it all the time, a counselor would be more appropriate than me. But if this is something in your past and you have trauma you have not dealt with, I can help you with coaching. I have my course, Heal Your Childhood Self, if that would serve you. I have my books. But what I want above all else is for you to know that you are loved and you matter. I am Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from survive to thrive. I want you to thrive. I'm that lady on the internet who loves you. That's why I'm on here talking about this, because I want you to live. I want you to thrive. And if you know someone who struggles, that you would reach out to them, that you would be a friend to them, that you would let them talk with you. Or if you've lost someone and you need to talk about that, or you need some coaching of how to get through that, don't let it go. Do something about it. If I'm a fit for you, then please reach out for me. I love you and I want to help you. But if you need a counselor, again, I'm not one. I love you. And so until next time, take care of yourself.